Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the GOP, Republican primary that's occurring here right now in the United States. I'm just not seeing anybody out there who can beat Obama. Like if it was a one-on-one contest, I don't think there's anybody out there that could beat Obama, except maybe Ron Paul, because Ron Paul can pull some liberals over. Uh, but right now, I'm seeing Newt Gingrich. This guy is pretty much dead in the water. I'm just wondering when he's gonna, you know, get out of the nomination or get out of the contest. I mean, he says he's going to stay in until the convention, but I don't really see that. Uh, you got Rick Santorum, who is doing actually pretty well, but when it comes to the general election, if he does pull off some kind of miracle and Newt pledges all of his candidates to Santorum, you know, and he continues to win, when Newt drops out, if he continues to pick up supporters from Newt Gingrich, from Newt Gingrich followers, he could end up winning the nomination. But in the general election, he's not going to go very far. He's just he's way too obsessed with sex for most mainstream Americans. So I think he's really going to turn off a lot of independents. Mitt Romney has problems concerning his taxes, and uh, I'm certain that if he gets the nomination, which he most likely will get the nomination for as the Republican candidate, he's going to have to face a lot of anger from both the left and the right concerning his tax evasion, tax shelters. Um, I don't want to say tax evasion because it's not really evasion if you're doing it with the law. Um, but tax shelters, his low tax rate compared to middle class Americans. Um, Also, he's way too robotic. Like he doesn't seem like a real person. That's hard. That's hard to get a lot of people to kind of come on his bandwagon if they just see him as a ruthless businessman. Um, so on top of that, he's just not. He doesn't have a really well defined plan, and most everything he says is basically a contradiction of stuff he's said in the past. So he's gonna have a credibility gap because people just don't trust the guy. They don't know whether he's on the level or not. They don't really know what he believes. And as David Plouffe said it, a few months ago, he said Romney has no core, and I believe that. I believe he doesn't have a core. I mean, I'm not pro Obama by any means, but I just don't see him. If it comes to a one-on-one contest between any of these top three Republican candidates, they're not gonna be able to beat him, um, because people know what they've got with Obama, and the only person who can probably compete with him nationwide is Romney, but he's got so many problems of his own, um, that it wouldn't even be like really a fair fight. No matter how much money Romney had, I don't think he'd be able to beat Obama. So that leaves Ron Paul, who is not doing well in the Republican nomination process, but he's plugging along, I guess. I think what Ron Paul probably secretly wants is he secretly wants to be he wants Romney to be the nominee because he knows that Romney has those serious problems with the majority of Americans. Even conservatives don't really like him. Um, so he's got a problem with the Republican base. Also, Romney has a problem just with America. Like Americans in general just don't seem to trust him very much. The only reason why Republicans seem to be electing him, from what I've heard in interviews with people who've voted for him, they didn't vote for him because they liked the guy. A lot of them don't vote for him because they like the guy. They voted for him because they feel like he's the best person to beat Obama, or the only one that has a chance of beating Obama. like I said, Ron Paul, if he gets in, he might be able to take his small government uh, message. If he goes as an independent, he might be able to take his small government message, pull along some conservatives, and also take some of his more socially liberal policies, like ending the wars, getting rid of bases overseas, bringing the troops back home. That might play well with a lot of Democrats that just don't see that happening with Obama. Um, Also, Ron Paul's against things like the Stop Online Piracy Act, Protect IP Act. Um, as far as I know, he's against the if he's consistent like he says he is. I haven't looked it up, but if he's consistent, he'd be against the Cybersecurity Act of 2012, which would sort of endear him to a lot of people of my age that believe in like a free and open internet. Um, so, like I said, I think if it was a three-man race with Romney, Obama, and Ron Paul, I think Ron Paul would have a pretty good fighting chance because he can probably pull off some liberals from Obama and some conservatives away from Romney. And I think that's why there's this truce between Romney and Ron Paul. So Ron Paul realizes he's not going to be the nominee, and he probably realized that he's not going to be the nominee of the Republican Party. But as soon as they have their convention, Ron Paul can then register to run as an independent, and then or as a third party, maybe even as for the Libertarian Party. I don't know. Gary Johnson's also running for the Libertarian Party. So um, I don't know. I would like to see what Ron Paul does. Uh, I'm not going to vote for the guy. I'll never vote for anybody. But I would be interested to see what happens if Ron Paul gets in. If Ron Paul gets into office, how he'd shake things up in the government. Um, so that's all I really have to talk about today. If you got anything you want to talk to me about, just give me a holler and I'll respond if I ever see it. All right, bye.